Okay, so we've had some issues with people having trouble getting these voltage meters installed properly. So we're gonna go over it real quick. Nothing too serious. Depending on when you ordered your model, you may have the size hole for either the large meter or the small meter. This is a 0.36, and I believe this is a 0.28. It might be a 0.26. And so what we do with this is we just take this, and you'll know that it's the top or the bottom because the bottom has these decimal spots. They won't always light up, but if it's necessary, then they will. But the decimals go on the bottom, and the wires just run through here. And we're going to take this, and it can be difficult, but you're going to slip that in there. And it can be a struggle. If you need a heat gun, that can help. But the slow is smooth, smooth is fast. And it'll pop in just like that. And then we can take the wires and we can run them like this. And you'll want to attach some jumper cables with some soldering and some shrink wrap. And feed that through the raceway. And you can come out to the back side. Now we have another one here with something else I wanted to show y'all. Now, if you notice, this has the holes for the 3mm screws, yes? Well, what I did on this personal model of mine was I installed these inserts. And we were hoping to do this to all the models, but that caused the price to go up too much. So if you want to do that, it's a lot of extra stability. But again, we have the voltage meter, and it's going to, with the decimals down, slide that right on in there. And it should sit somewhat like that. It might be more inset depending on how yours can get in there or not. It's a tight fit to hold it in place. Now once you've ran your voltage meter, okay, and you have ran it through the raceways out the backside here, you're going to continue the jumper cable connection, or if your wires are long enough, then what we will do is plug them in to ports. If you want to get in here real quick, those ports there, I have a little wire in my personal model, it's not perfect, and I believe that's pin 1, 2, and 3, 4, 2 and 5. Let's double check the numbers real quick. I get shit mixed up sometimes. It's 2 and 6. 2 and 6. So we have our ground. This is our ground. And if you want to look right here, we have ground is pin 6. And then we're going to go to that 5 volt, not that one. That's how much is being distributed to the board, to the ports. This one is how much is coming in. This is dedicated 3.3. So we're going to use that one to see how much power is coming in from the battery, from the power bank, or the power outlet, whatever. This one tells you how much is going into the Pi. This one tells you how much is going to all the ports on the Pi. And then this is your ground. So we're going to put our ground right here on pin 1, 2, 3, 6, right there. It's the third one down on the right. Push that in there, and then your hot goes to the first one on the right, which is hard to do with a camera in your head. There we go. Oh, how lucky is that? It came undone here. So we're going to put our ground back on. Ground to ground. I used green and brown, and then hot yellow to red. Which normally yellow is your signal wire, this is a signal of my voltage, which is why I chose yellow. So I hope that works out for you. And then just to go ahead and throw it over the edge for you, go ahead and plug that bugger in, open it up, and our voltage meter is working. And again, it's telling us how much is coming from the cord into the Pi. If I take this and I switch this to that pin there, which is the other one, That number, I'm pretty sure, will not change. Ever. It will just sit there at 5.7. I don't think it'll ever change at all. Whereas if you have it on pin 2 and you start doing something, it will tell you that it's trying to draw more power. So I hope that helps with the voltage meter issues. Remember, we have 0.36 on the wider version, and then we have 0.28 on this version. Now, I strongly recommend waiting to buy your voltage meter until you have ordered your kit so that you can make sure you have the size proper. And that's 0.28 of an inch and 0.36 of an inch. And these are purchased on Adafruit. So, hope that helps, and we will catch you later.